on YouTube. This is your girl Mandy back with another video for Mike and Mandy TV. So today I wanted to talk to you guys about how I started writing. So for those of you who don't know, I am a published author. I have about 5 or 6 books that are available on Amazon. I'm going to put the link in the description. You can go and check me out. But anyway, so I wanted to talk to you guys about how or why I started writing. So the first thing is I have always loved to read and I've always loved to write. And I wanted to bring you some evidence. So first of all, this is a writing contest from when I was in elementary school. And let me just show you. I wrote like this little story. Where is it? Right here. If I Were Invisible. Y'all see that? So your girl been writing. You feel me? I won a little trophy for this and everything. But anyway, so I've always loved to write. And it wasn't until like, I want to say like 2013. Okay, so somewhere in between 2000, I'm sorry y'all. I just got off track. So somewhere in between 2012 and 2014 is when I started writing professionally or whatever. So let me just tell y'all a quick story about that. So I was working at this insurance company and I had this homegirl I used to work with, and she wrote as well, and she knew somebody who she said was a publisher that had books, you know, verified books on Amazon. It was a publisher. And you know, wanted to know if I wanted to like write books professionally. So I'm like, yes, of course. So that's when I started writing my first book. Now I previously had been writing before, but this was the first time that I actually like, you know, said, hey, you gonna finish this book, you gonna get it published because you finna sign with this publisher. Come to find out, the publisher was locked up. Now, I will say, being a part of that whole situation was still just a great experience, because out of that, I've now learned how to self-publish my own books. I've learned how to make my own covers. I've learned how to edit my books myself. So just being a part of that situation was cool. But y'all, the publisher was locked up and had books on Amazon. Like, how does that work? That's a whole nother story. But anyway, so the first book that I've ever put out is Protect My Image. And this book is still currently available on Amazon. What I like about this book, as I said, this was the first book that I ever written. This was my first like toe into the just the author and the publishing industry game. You know, I learned a lot about the book industry. I mean, it's so many stories within just the book industry itself. Like, I can probably make 5 or 6 books just about what goes on in the book industry. But like I said, this was my very first book. This will always be one of my favorites. It's one of my biggest books so far. You know, just because I didn't know how much to write, how much to write, how less to write. So I was just writing. And this book is about my main character, Danielle Lewis. She's a 24-year-old. She's a vice president in charge of her family's company. And it's basically just her going through a lot of trials and tribulations. Just figuring out who she is as a person. And yeah, she goes through a lot, y'all. But this is my very first book, and it'll always, you know, hold a special place in my heart. Now, my next 2 books that I've written that are also available on Amazon is my Sister's Deceit series. So I have part 1, and then I also have part 2. I'm currently writing part 3, so it is on the way. But these books, this was my first series that I've written, and these books are basically just about these 2 sisters moving to Atlanta. They just lost their mother, and they both go through, you know, these books are good. You know, I'm just gonna say that. Part 1 is mostly about the older sister, how she navigates through moving from Arizona to Atlanta. And part 2, Nova's Way, is more so about the younger sister and how she has to navigate, you know, just kind of living in her older sister's shadow. So these are 2 good books, I will have to say. And yeah, these both are available on Amazon as well. Alright, and so this is my last book, Kiss It Better. Now this is a proof copy, so it has that little strip up there. But this is my last book, Kiss It Better. Let me tell y'all, this book here is something else. So basically in this book, it's about this young lady. Her name is Tracy, and she is about to walk down the aisle to her high school sweetheart. But before she walks down the aisle, she has one last night, you know, just to kind of live it up before her wedding. And that's when everything just goes astray. So, you know, she's basically trying to figure out who can kiss it better, I guess. I don't know. But this is, like I said, my most recent book. I love it. You guys will enjoy it. You guys will enjoy all of my books. All of my books are on Amazon. You can go to Amazon.com. My author name is Ms. Leebra Clark. I spell Leebra L-E-E-B-R-A. As you can see. It might show backwards for y'all, but yeah, so it's Ms. Leebra Clark. I'm going to put that in the description box down below. I have other books as well. I have short stories on Amazon as well that just were not able to be hard copies because they're short stories, so that would be a waste of time trying to have those printed out. But those are available also for your ebook, for Kindle, you know, your Kindle devices. But yeah, I just wanted to check in with you guys. So like I said, if you have any questions, comments, please do not hesitate to drop a comment down below. Do not forget to subscribe. Make sure your notifications are on. And talk to y'all later.